came to Queensland, I think mainly because of the conditions in the UK and the opportunities that Australia was, or in particular Queensland, was presenting to them. I think he must have been a bit of an adventurer, certainly to have the necessary courage to pack up everything and head out into a fairly unknown environment. I think that's very much part of the family history, I think. I think he moved to Maryborough. He'd obviously made some money in Gympie, but he saw the opportunity again that Maryborough had the potential to become a major hub for the whole of the Wide Bay district. So whenever gold ran out or whatever, he saw Maryborough as being a place to be. There's a culture and a skill set that come from the historical roots of Maryborough. It was originally a town where we built everything from Navy frigates through to tilt trains. It was a tradesman's town, and I think Hyne Timber really benefited enormously by having really capable people to help run the business. I think he had a strong commitment and belief in hard work. He was probably ahead of his time in terms of the social norms of the day, in terms of getting lesser working hours for his staff, for the vote for women. I think he was fairly idealistic in some respects.
Lambert was known affectionately as the boss. Quite regularly he would tour the operation, particularly across the road at our Maryborough mill, and he'd walk around the mill and address everybody by name. He knew everybody. They were all glad to see him. But on the other side too, they all knew where he stood and where they stood, and that they were all expected to do a job, and he was well respected. I think he was a very intelligent man, but a very fair man in how he approached things. His ability to talk to people at all levels was outstanding. He, probably more so than his father, got a lot more respect across the industry, as he was a strong believer in a strong industry. He was probably more about a stronger Australian industry. I guess the business has always enjoyed the fact that it has been private and it has been a family business. There's a strength in that for employees as well.
When I look back over those years, there's nothing much really changed. The sort of conditions and the competition they faced from imported timber from the United States or from New Zealand or wherever it was, we've been through that as recently within the last 5 years, albeit in a slightly different format. I think Hyne comes through those tough cycles by hard work and be very tenacious. But also, I think we were very fortunate in having good people, committed people, loyal people, with obviously lots of ability. My father often used the expression that if a door slammed in your face, you kicked another one open. You lost opportunities, but you had to find the next one.
Well, I think the values that RM developed was a sense of family. He was very respectful and honest with his employees. He knew that without good people behind him, he wasn't going to succeed. And I don't think that's changed at all through the generations. We're of the same view today. We've got some very, very good people, multi-generational families working in the business that are very loyal to the business. So respect and honesty are two areas that really shine through.
Well, I think the history of the company demonstrates that we have just about been in almost every facet of the timber industry. The last transition really has been probably one of the most important ones, where we've transitioned out of native hardwood to focus on highly efficient, very sophisticated, large volume plantation softwood sawmills. I think one of the major technical advances that has really helped us has been the development of what we call high temperature drying. Through research and development, we developed a way of drying timber that makes it stable, and we would probably be still the world leaders in terms of being able to take young trees that are only 30 odd years old and turn it into a highly straight and stable product.
Hyne has always looked to the customer. So in difficult times when product was hard to find, one of the things that they were always concerned about was making sure that the customer didn't miss out. And they had a view that they would look after the customer in that customer's hard times. The customer would look after them in their hard times. That was seriously difficult. We had what is these days described as the perfect storm. We had the dollar very high, which meant that you could import product very cheaply. We had a drop in the requirement for timber, so the price is down, the volume is down. And we had the price of our inputs going up. So being in that business was tough, very, very tough. So we did have to go back to our roots. Where could the company be competitive? And that was with very efficient large sawmills in the structural space. And we very much pulled the company back to that level. We were at over 1,000 employees all up, and we went down to about half the numbers we started with. The whole of the company changed, and that was extremely hard. Hyne Timber is a business which started in Queensland, has deep Queensland roots, remains headquartered in Queensland, but the majority of its business is outside Queensland. I think the future is very bright. Today, if you're putting up the frame of a house, it's in softwood. In 10 years' time, you may not have a frame. You may have a solid piece of wood which goes up. Certainly that's what they're doing in Europe today, and I think it's highly unlikely we won't do it here.